Hello there, I'm Dr. Cheryl Fraser, and welcome to this special series of video Love Bytes, really looking at love and relationship and connection in the age of COVID-19. We're in an unusual circumstance, and this is a really important time to look at who we are as a person and who we are as a couple. Under the greatest pressure is where we're called to be our best self. Much like under great pressure, charcoal and carbon turns into a diamond. How can we execute ourselves? Who can we be during this difficult time? Now, as you know, usually Love Bytes focus pretty exclusively on love, sex, and connection and intimate communication. So I'm going to continue to bring that material to you, but I'm going to bring it to you. I am a psychologist. I'm aware we're in a difficult, challenging, anxiety-provoking time right now. So I want to make these next few video Love Bytes about love in the age of COVID-19. Now, many of us, if not all of us watching, are under social distancing restrictions, and our lifestyle has been shrunken and made smaller in this last week or so. Many of you are not going to your office, you're telecommuting, or you've lost your employment in the time being while your retail outlet, your restaurant, your bar you work at has been shut down. Some of us are able to continue our online work, but not work in person with people. What that means for you as a couple, for you as a family, is that you may be home together much, much more than you usually are. Now, that can be a difficult thing, and it can also be an extraordinary thing. So I want to start this special series of Love Bytes, Love in the Age of COVID-19, by asking you to ask yourself today, what are some things I would like to explore with my partner when we have more time home, isolated, not going out, not socializing? Most of us have canceled travel plans, small and large. Social gatherings here in Canada right now are limited to no more than 10 persons, and we're actually being asked to not even gather with that many people, to stay home. Staying home together. Boy, oh boy, it's going to show you some of the cracks in your relationship, but it also calls you to look at the ways you can connect and be loving and be together in grace. So I'm going to ask you to ask yourself, what is one small or large thing you'd like to improve about you and your sweetheart in this time of spending more time alone together? In other words, do you want to look back on a week or a month of self-isolation with your sweetheart and say, all we did was binge watch a ton of television programs? I'm going to be a little tough here and say, is that really the best use of your time? Now, there's nothing wrong with binge watching Game of Thrones. I'm all for it. And another favorite of mine, if you have access to HBO, is True Blood. True Blood, my favorite TV show of all time. Vampires, HBO, sex, beautiful. Anyway, I digress, but I don't. Definitely use entertainment to relax and calm yourself, but pick one thing you want to work on in your relationship in this time of spending a lot of time with your sweetheart at home. Maybe you want to learn to communicate more deeply about your hopes and dreams for the future. Maybe you want to take advantage of this time and schedule lovemaking more often. I'm not kidding. What more beautiful way to connect, to reaffirm being alive, and frankly, to boost your immune system than sharing an orgasm? What's one thing you want to come out of this difficult time that is positive, that helps you and your sweetheart go deeper, become more close, and be more loving together? So that's your challenge for this week. I want you to think of one thing or more that you want to commit to, and then share that with your partner, and then check in a few days and say, okay, are we on board? How are we doing? Let's take this opportunity to make our relationship even more loving and more connected. Now, if you found this helpful, I invite you to share it with any friends, family, loved ones, or strangers who might benefit from hearing this teaching. And as part of my way to show up, to help as much as I can, I'm going to be offering some Facebook Lives where I'm going to offer some calming meditations, working with anxiety, working with our thoughts in a state of uncertainty, and also applying that to your own love relationship. Details are below, or they'll be in the next Love Bite email that you'll be getting a week from today. In the meantime, stop. We can always take one mindful breath. When our mind's in the future, the unknown, the scariness, the anxiety of what may or may not happen today, tomorrow, and next week, we are off kilter. Can we come back to now? Can we take a breath in this moment and connect? In this moment, everything's okay. I'm going to talk a little bit more about that in next week's special Love Bite, Love in the Age of COVID-19. Sending you health, strength, compassion, and grace. I will be with you next week.